relaxations, and yeah, it just seems like they're tempting fate a little bit too much.
By the way, I just started pressing record now, but it's cool.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what were
No,
you
I think
saying?
it'd be a little bit risky. No, I just think it's potentially a little bit risky.
No,
But as far as sorry, yeah.
it is.
Yeah, but as far as the Premier League, I think like it's a bit of a difficult one because you see players like Troy Deeney and N'Golo Kante who saying that they aren't gonna participate in training or play Premier League games, and then to a point you think, oh, maybe it is a bit too soon for us to start playing. But
I don't, you know, maybe
then
it's not
again,
too
like
soon,
football
but
kind
I
of has to
think
start at some point.
it's
So
not
those
too
players kind of
soon.
got to make a decision: are they going to play at all ever whilst coronavirus is present, or is there things we can do to make it safer for them? Or
My internet just switched off. I don't know. It's back on now.
Cool.
Yeah, but
you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'll say. What was I gonna say? I think. What were we talking about? Yeah, I think they should be given the choice. I don't think it's too soon. I think they should have that choice. Do they want to come back or not?
Yeah, definitely. Should be like, up to them, and them not get stick for making their decisions, especially like someone like Kante, who like, I don't know all the details, but his brother like had a heart attack back in like 2018 and passed away, and then Kante fainted in training playing for Chelsea, like I think at some point last season. So he feels like he might have underlying potential conditions that can make him a bit more high risk than a normal person if they were to catch it. So that makes sense. And maybe once like the Premier League started, and as long as everything's shown to be under control, maybe like Troy Deeney and Kante will come back. Maybe they just need some time to adjust to the new way things are going to be playing now.
Yeah, but they definitely should have that choice whether they want to come back or not.
Yeah, exactly.
But it shouldn't be made like penalized for that choice. I mean that they make. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, but no, it'll be just an interesting one, just in general, because like those teams are going to be ending up complaining regardless of what happens. Like if Watford end up going down because Troy Deeney doesn't play.
Yeah. You know when the computer switched off, did your screen did it freeze for you?
Did my screen or yours?
Because mine with you it just froze and then it went off. Like how it's froze just now. Did it freeze for you as well? Or it just
yeah, whenever yours goes off, it freezes for a second and then it
just goes off.
And then because I'm talking and I realize that yours is frozen and then it just goes off.
I think it's just connection. Because the same thing happens with me. Yeah, so it's just got to deal with it, I guess.
Do I freeze on your side, or does your?
No, you freeze on my side.
Freeze?
No, you freeze.
Oh,
you
really?
freeze and then you stop talking and then it goes off. Yeah, I think it's just connection. That's what it is. Hey, let's talk about England. Let's talk about the England team because it's been pushed back to Euro 2020. Let's talk about the England team, or England football team.
Yeah,
Euro has been pushed to Euro. It's Euro 2020 is now Euro 2021.
Exactly. Yeah. So they went to play the Euros this summer across all of Europe. For like, I think it should have been started pretty much from next week or maybe next couple of weeks. It would have been early June when it would have been starting.
Yeah, early June.
Yeah, but no longer starting now. It's another year, so it's a long time for potentially new players to get into the squad and potentially players to come back and show what they've got.
Yeah,
I think it'd be a good thing,
England are definitely benefiting from Euro 2021 because I was worried, and I saw Kane probably you know what was going to happen with Kane? Kane was going to get rushed back,
Mhm.
and he wouldn't have been fit. It would have been like a Wayne Rooney sort of thing.
Yeah,
And even
100%.
even at the World Cup as well, and even last year at the Champions League final, he was
Mhm.
rushed back, and you saw he didn't have an impact.
He,
Even
yeah.
UEFA Nations League as well, he didn't do anything. Like
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
this is going to be a blessing. I'm just hoping because it's Euro 2021. There's this, then there's a whole season, then it's Euro 2021.
Mhm.
The injuries can happen again. I'm just hoping. This is the problem with Tottenham because Tottenham rely on him too much.
Too much. Yeah.
They don't want to buy another good striker. Like they've got that Dutch guy. We'll see how he turns out. I mean,
Which striker?
Dutch
Oh,
guy.
the
Yeah,
I
one with
forget
that
his name.
weird celebration he always does.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But then he doesn't play as like an out and out striker, does he? He plays as just
they don't have another one. They don't.
like
This is the
a
problem.
they
They have
don't. That's the thing. Yeah, they had
to.
Llorente. He was almost like the perfect backup striker because he was good enough to be like a Premier League, like a good Premier League striker,
Mm,
but also not so good that he would have like needed to start every game. That you could afford to have him as a backup, almost like a Giroud type player who's like
mm,
very good, but doesn't necessarily need to be a starter or like the top club. Then
mm.
they sold him. They didn't buy anyone, and now they're kind of screwed because Kane seems to get injured for like half the season for the last couple of years.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. You're gonna burn him out. He's not gonna. That's why, like Kane. One side of me is saying it's good that he plays at Tottenham and he's getting better, but another side of me is saying he
mhm.
should go to a big club
Yeah,
and like you get
yeah.
like chill out.
From an England perspective, it probably would be better. Yeah,
Yeah, because I don't care about Tottenham. I mean, all I want is England to do well in major
not fully.
tournaments.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, he needs to leave because that it's all well and good. Everyone giving the captain's armband and you're saying he's the main player and everything. You give it building a new stadium so big players can stay, but you're gonna
mhm.
ruin him. He's not gonna get. He's gonna burn out. You could have like another Michael Owen situation if you're not careful. So it's like, or
Yeah,
Wayne Rooney sort of thing in a way because Wayne Rooney, yeah, he did progress and he progressed. He did, be the record goal scorer at Man United and everything, but he could have been so much
mhm.
better. He should be at the Messi, Ronaldo level. He should still be playing. He was, you know, many different things. I don't know if he was looked after better when he was younger, he probably would be at a level
Rooney,
now.
low key. Rooney was like great, but Rooney arguably played his best football when he was like 23, 22. Like
When,
to be honest,
when he was on the FIFA covers, that's when
probably.
he was.
Yeah,
He was.
basically.
He
Not
was.
gonna lie, the best version of Wayne Rooney is probably like 18, 19.
He was
Um,
scary good back then. Like he
back then,
was. He was scary good. Like
yeah.
should have been like a Messi, Ronaldo type of thing. He had the ability to be there. It's just other stuff.
It was just yeah, sort of bad circumstance. Like he was a player who himself was willing to almost like sacrifice his game a little bit because he happened to be playing with like Cristiano Ronaldo, who was
Yeah.
the best player in the world at the time. But he also
I-
sacrificed his game a little bit for even players like I don't want to say like Berbatov and like Tevez. He
Yeah,
played well with
Berbatov,
Tevez, to be
Tevez,
honest.
Van Persie. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah, same thing could happen to Harry Kane potentially. But yeah, it'd be good the fact that it's now in 2021 because I think Harry Kane is carrying a bit of an injury or
Oh
he's
yeah,
been
yeah.
injured.
hmm
A
Even
few other
Rashford as well.
players as well.
Rashford was
Yeah, I was gonna
injured,
say yeah.
and like people
Um,
make jokes about Rashford, but he's a good player. I mean, he was having his
nah,
best season before the injury. Best season.
yeah, yeah. No, he didn't have a good start to the season, but again, it's one of those ones where like Rashford probably isn't an out and out number 9, but if he's playing with another striker, whether it be like Harry Kane or
Like I don't
Martial
know.
or something,
Yeah, you
it
tell
probably gets the
me.
best out of him. Yeah,
But doesn't he remind you of like Ronaldo? Not like in terms of what he's doing, but like the body, where the body is,
yeah,
the way he plays on the
yeah,
wing. I think he's that type of
yeah,
player.
yeah. I think so as well. I think it's almost like once the position that player starts their career in, you almost just associate that that's the player that they are.
Mm.
And because he's sort of started as a striker, you kind of think, oh, that must just be his preferred position. He must be a number 9, but he's played his best football for United. Probably not just up front. Probably playing slightly off the striker, coming in from the left hand side. Um, Yeah, so that's why I think it can work. He can potentially work in England setup because obviously he's not going to be competing with Harry Kane directly. He'll be competing probably with Jadon Sancho and
Mm,
Sterling for a position playing off Harry Kane.
yeah,
Um,
sure.
so yeah, it's good for England because we obviously he has goals in him. Harry Kane has goals in him. Sterling
Then
has
has goals, yeah.
well, it depends on if he's in decent form, but Sterling
He's
can
saying
make
that,
can
but he's
create
been
goals.
he's been England's best player. Like, weirdly enough, does the World Cup because at the World Cup he was fine. He just wasn't scoring
In the Euro,
goals.
I don't know. I remember in the Euros, I did even. I don't. He didn't get a goal, though, did he? He didn't assist
No,
either.
he
So
didn't have a goal. To be fair though, he was unlucky in that semi-final. Like, Harry Kane didn't give him that chance.
yeah, yeah,
It was a
but
tap in as well.
yeah, but I remember him getting criticised a bit at that tournament, and even though I felt like it was unjustified, I also felt like he
Like,
didn't
that was
like
it
do
wasn't his
enough to.
it wasn't his job though, man. Like he was doing a lot. It was a weird.
He was doing a lot. I think he was doing basically everything that he should have been doing, apart from he didn't have at the end of it that stat to show that he got a goal, basically,
I
which
think that
is
semi-final
unfortunately the
was
most
supposed
important
to
stat.
be. I don't think that was his role in that team that he was playing. It, was he was up front as well, wasn't he? It was a weird formation. It was what was it, two
I
five
don't really
three,
remember, to be honest. I don't
two
actually
five
remember who
three.
even started that semi-final.
Kane and Rush. I don't know. I remember this. Kane and Raheem Sterling up front, and then
Yeah, probably.
behind them. I can't believe these two were playing for England at the time as well. How
What, Dele
but
Alli and
Dele Alli and Lingard, yeah,
Jay Lings.
the J-Lings, those two are. I'm just shaking my head. Those two, those two are
Yeah, you
behind.
can shake your head at Jay Lings. Dele Alli he can play alright. I don't think in that system he should have been playing, but yeah.
You know, yeah,
Um,
I like the formation that we play now. Like I was kind of thinking we should have played at the World Cup, but I know why we played at the World Cup because it worked. But
mhm.
it worked up until a point.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. No,
I
yeah,
would
it
have.
made sense at the time, but yeah, I can see why we play slightly differently now.
It's much better for me. I think the way we're playing now, in my opinion, like having that
Yeah.
was it 4-5-1, 4-2-3-1, much better,
Mhm.
or 4-3-3.
Yeah,
So I mean, you can vary the formation. It's much better to play that way. I think much better.
yeah, yeah. No, I think so. So yeah, 4-3-3. I think for us it's like or 4-5-1, 4-3-3, depending on like
What you want the team
technicalities.
to do?
But
Yeah.
exactly, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think it's my favorite way of playing football, and I
Mm.
think we've got players who fit that style of football quite well. Um, did you have an idea of who you think should be like our first team
There's
if we
certain
were to
players who are
like
just who are given, and there's a few variations you could do.
from the back,
Okay,
starting from the back?
so in goal, I'll start with Henderson, Sheffield United.
Yeah,
I
I
start,
think that make that. So there's like Henderson, there's your man from Everton, Pickford,
yeah, Pickford
and
needs to do. You
there's
know, do you remember Tim Krul at the World Cup 2014 when he came on for the penalties?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Pickford needs to do because
That's not a bad shout.
he's not starting games anymore because ever since the World Cup he's declined. But
Yeah, agreed.
he's got that in him where he'll do a weird thing with penalty shootouts. He seems to be like specialized in that. I think he was the reason why we won the one at the World
Colombia
Cup,
game.
the
Yeah.
Colombia game, and he was the reason why we did that Nations League Switzerland. He
Hmm.
was because he scored the winning one and he made saves. I think wrong, but yeah, like he definitely scored the winning one.
Yeah.
So he wants someone like that. He's definitely going to be in the squad, but I wouldn't start
Hmm.
him because
Nah.
his general
Yeah.
goalkeeping play is not good anymore.
That's the thing. Like, we probably don't have as much depth at goalkeeper as what we've never really had a lot of depth
We
at
used to at one
goalkeeper
point. Do you
in
remember
England,
though?
to be
No,
honest.
we did at one point. Do you remember the World Cup 2014? That was one of our strong points. Joe Hart, Fraser Foster.
Who did we get beat by? Was that when we got beat by Italy?
Yeah, that World Cup annoyed me. Yeah, Italy and but we got beat by everyone.
Yeah. No, I think Joe Hart's been our best keeper that you've had for
Very long
a
time.
while, because obviously we had like Rob Green who flopped at the 2010 World Cup, and
Do
we
you know
had
Rob,
David James at the 2006.
Rob Green. Before he
Yeah.
made that mistake 2 years ago, he says, "I wish after we didn't qualify for the Euros, I wish we could I could go into every kid's house to smash their PlayStation."
Why?
because the reason why England didn't do well at a tournament is because kids are playing games too much and not playing football outside. Nothing
Oh,
to do with the fact that the team just didn't play well or just had two good teams in their qualification group. It was because kids were playing video games, and then there's not a wide pool to choose from. Even despite the fact that 2 years later we ended up qualifying, like winning every single game. So all of that was for nothing. But then he says that, and then 2 years later he goes to the World Cup, and then Clint Dempsey shoots from the halfway line, and then he slips out of his hands.
yeah,
Rob
man.
Green, hey, he won a Europa League, didn't he?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't even. He might even still be at Chelsea. I can't remember. Maybe he's left now.
Rob Green, like
Um,
no shame, full kit,
yeah,
and
no,
he's
yeah, no,
screaming with that trophy like he worked his socks off. I mean,
yeah, he's done his bits. Um,
that
but no, there's
cheerleading.
not like, especially right now, there's not a lot of depth for England. It is just between Pickford, Henderson, and the Burnley lad who I think played the last game for England, Nick Pope. But
Yeah,
the only thing
he's
with
still
like,
decent as well. Though I mean, you could even no.
yeah,
I think we have a bunch of kind of above average goalkeepers. That's what we have.
the thing is like the only criticism we'd have of like, so like Nick Pope plays for
Burnley, yeah.
Burnley and Henderson plays for Sheffield United. Like those are teams, even Pickford, Everton to an extent. Those are teams who like aren't known for playing out from the back and having a ball
Henderson,
playing
yeah.
goalkeeper.
Henderson
And like,
play,
yeah,
on loan from Man United.
yeah. So
So
you might have it in his locker to
mm,
do that, but practicing it week in week out isn't something he's got the
yeah,
option of doing at the
that's what I
clubs that
mean.
they're at. So like he may well like Southgate may call him up for the squad and he may ask him to play in a certain way. He may be good at doing it, but it's a question mark as to whether or not he'll be actually able to do it. And you know, like if you're a decent team these days, like every manager wants to play out from the back,
Mm.
and England is going to be no different. So it's the only question is like, would they be able to do that? But yeah, they're better. Like they were not going to make as many mistakes and
Little
cost us games
stuff, I
in the same
think.
way that Pickford does.
Little things like this that are gonna. It's the difference between getting to the semi final and winning the whole tournament. Those little
Yeah.
things, because we don't have that, and we know we don't have that. And you know, like countries like Germany, they have that. Spain
Yeah.
have that.
They got depth. Germany got depth. They got like Ter Stegen. They got
This is what I don't understand. When
Neuer.
people were saying like they're going through a decline. That I don't want. Like you know, like have you seen the setup for the group? Like if we come first, second, or third, who we could face in the last
No,
16? It's
no.
either Portugal, France, and Germany. I don't want either team. I don't want any of them.
This is a thing. Well, let's go through the rest of the team. I actually think England team's like decent in terms of man for man.
Yes.
I think we're decent in terms of what like our mentality will be like against any big team. I reckon we'll fold.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in terms of player for player, on paper, I think we're
Okay.
like decent.
Okay. So
But like,
Henderson start and Pickford
yeah,
in like as backup for penalties. I'd say that's the only reason why I'd have Pickford penalties. Henderson starts.
I'd agree with that. I think that's
Yeah.
a fair one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you say Henderson as well.
yeah, I'd say Henderson.
Okay. Right. Right back
Right
is
back.
you wanna? Who would you say right back?
It's a difficult one because obviously there's only really two options, but they're both very good options. I think you'd struggle to find two better right backs just like anywhere, but like Wan-Bissaka and Trent at Liverpool, and I think it sort of depends on the other players that you play in and around him. Because one criticism of Trent is probably that he's not as good defensively as or definitely not as good defensively as Wan-Bissaka.
Mm.
But just in general, his defensive game probably does need to improve a little bit. But
Mm.
going forward and being able to pick a pass, pick a ball, just his vision of the game at right back is definitely better than Wan-Bissaka, probably better than any of our midfielders, to be honest.
Wan-Bissaka is one of the best man-for-man defenders in the world.
Yeah, he's got pace. He's got like really good tackling ability. He's like a proper. He's what you'd want from a right back, from a full back in general. Like,
I think he could play somewhere else, but I'll let you continue. Like, I'll let you continue.
yeah, and I think I know what you're gonna say. I'd pick Alexander Arnold at
Mm.
right back just because I feel like he improved a lot defensively this season. He will just improve defensively under Klopp between
Yeah.
now and the start of the Euros.
Mm.
I think his performances for Liverpool have been as important
Mm.
as any other player that wasn't like Salah or like Firmino or Mane. So yeah, I think it'd be difficult to not put him in ahead of
Right.
Wan-Bissaka,
Okay.
even though I think Wan-Bissaka is like very good, and I'd try and put him in somewhere else if I could potentially, but I don't know
Mm.
how good he'd be there. What about you?
So you definitely would say Trent. There's no like maybe you'd play Trent somewhere else and then put him there. You wouldn't think that would work.
I mean, without in my if this was FIFA,
Mm.
I'd pop in Trent at like right centre of midfield as my like Kevin De Bruyne player, and I
Like
put
I
Pasaka as my right back.
don't think Kevin De Bruyne,
And
but maybe like Kimmich or like Philip Lahm,
yeah,
that sort of thing.
potentially. But
A
again,
CD, like a right CDM or a right mid
it
centre
depends.
midfield.
Like guys like, well, I don't know about Kimmich, but someone like Lahm is like
Mm.
a super intelligent footballer who knows
Oh, but
positionally, even if he's not playing
Arnold
a
is
right
intelligent
back.
there, man.
He's intelligent, but I don't know. We'll see, but I don't know if he has yet. Anyway, the positional discipline to go from playing at a right back to playing
Mm.
in the middle of the park and know how to do that, as well as someone like Lahm, who was at the age of his and stage of his career, who could do that and do that well.
To be
He
fair
might
as
be able
well,
to. He might be able to.
Lahm was very older much older when he was doing that as well. So, I mean,
Yeah, and I think
yeah,
that's
yeah,
a experience thing and
yeah.
like knowing the game and being able to play that position. I don't think it's like you get players doing that. But yeah, I think you've got to be a special kind of player to do that, and he might be able to. But yeah, and it feels like for something like FIFA where like it's not really that important. Yeah, pop him in midfield, no problem. But yeah, I think we'll see. Even Klopp could potentially try him there. We'll see how it goes. You never know. Like he's been doing so well right back
Mm.
from a creative position, from a creative standpoint. That why would you not just play him further forward potentially?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen at Liverpool though, because if he doesn't play right back at Liverpool, who is gonna play right back? I mean,
Yeah, true that. Yeah, true.
that's the problem, and this is what I was gonna say. This is the issue we have because Gareth Southgate, he's experimental, but he's not experimental enough where he
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't try that.
Yeah.
But but the thing is, he also he put Ashley Young at left back. So no, he didn't. He was doing that. He was playing at Man United, and then he put him there for England. So I mean, this is the thing.
Yeah.
If
I think
someone
we
else
had to though.
if someone else does
Well,
it
maybe not has to,
first,
but yeah.
then
Then
he
he'll
would
do
do
it.
it. But he's not that type of manager where he will be like, Wan-Bissaka could play centre back because he's a very good defender, or
Mm-hmm.
Trent could play centre mid because he can pass. He wouldn't do that unless he saw a top manager doing it first. And
Mm-hmm.
Wan-Bissaka's got Solskjaer at the Man United, who is a coach which will take him. He's a top 4 coach. He's not a trophy-winning manager. So
Mm-hmm.
I think Arteta is also a top 4 coach as well. I don't think he's a, you know what I mean. These guys,
Potentially.
yeah, but potentially they can get better, but like they're not top
Oh, I think
managers.
Solskjaer. Well, I'm probably just biased, but yeah, I think it's Solskjaer definitely. I think we've seen enough of Solskjaer to suggest that he's probably not going to take United to win the league.
No.
At best, top 4. Arteta, I think, is more up for debate just because
Oh yeah,
he's only been in charge for like not even 10
that's
games. I
what I
think
said
maybe
for
at this
now.
point.
For now, maybe in the future
Mm-hmm.
we'll get better. No, he's been under
I
Pep,
don't
so
think Solskjaer will get better though. I think
yeah,
Solskjaer's just trash, but he might not be.
he's been given
But
a lot
so
of
I'm
opportunities.
guessing. Sorry. Oh yeah. But I'm guessing you're not gonna put Trent at right back then.
No, I am.
Oh, you are.
I put Trent at right back, and then I'll put Wan-Bissaka right centre back. That's what I'll do. It won't
So
happen
you're
for
picking.
Euros, but I think I would do that. I would give that a try. I would try that in the friendly games up until now and see how they played.
Okay. So wait, who are your 2 centre backs then?
I'd Wan-Bissaka and Maguire.
It's interesting.
I think it could
I
work as
can't
well.
remember who I thought because I was thinking.
You're probably thinking Gomez, right? Joe Gomez.
I wasn't actually, but that's actually a good shout.
That makes sense as well because him and
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of Gomez.
Play together
Played
at
together
Liverpool as
before,
well. And then obviously on the left
yeah.
side, left
I
side you
was
have
thinking,
Maguire and Chigwell play together at Leicester.
yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I
That's what
don't know
the,
why Joe Gomez didn't even come into my head.
who are you thinking?
So I was thinking,
Michael Keane.
no, I was thinking of the whole team because I thought about it before coming onto this. I'm thinking of the whole team. Any players that positions that I thought we were like genuinely like weak in were goalkeeper and centre back. And I thought Harry Maguire would start, but I don't know who would play with him. I thought potentially John Stones, but he's been in poor form for
John
City.
Stones.
And then aside from that, I don't even know who else.
Stones is another person who I'd actually try centre midfield as well. Definitely more than Trent. I definitely would try him centre mid because of his passing ability and his build. It reminds me of Busquets.
Yeah. We'll get to midfield. I think my midfield's decent. But I'd agree with you on Maguire.
Yeah.
I agree with you on Maguire.
Maguire's chewing for sure. I don't think he's I mean, whether or not his ability-wise, how good he is, he's the best of what we have.
I'd choose Gomez though over Wan-Bissaka only just because Gomez plays there week in, week out.
Makes sense.
But yeah, like, I wouldn't be opposed. And then left back, I think there's only one option for left back.
You say that.
I don't know any other left backs that we've got.
No, we do, but they're not going to pick him. And this is and he's
what, Danny Rose?
No. That's a good joke, man. That's a good laugh.
Who are you thinking of?
Danny Rose. Danny Rose was in the World Cup and I was frustrated.
Who are you thinking of Ashley Young?
He could be one person. Who I was saying, no, not to start, like for sure. Like Chigwell, right? Chigwell. Yeah. I'm saying Chigwell. Is it Chigwell?
Chigwell.
Yeah, Chigwell. But I think Saka needs to be in that squad.
Arsenal Saka.
Yeah, 100%.
I've never even thought about him. Does he play for England?
He hasn't played for England yet. Nigeria want him. England needs to be quick.
What is his like actual position? I wasn't sure if he was a makeshift fullback, as in
he's makeshift.
Is meant to play.
He's meant to be a winger.
Is he?
He's at left back and he's getting all these assists. He's one of the most assist players, like not Premier League, but overall Premier League and Europe.
Who's your left back right now? Is it Saka?
It's Saka, yeah, it is.
All right, I didn't know that.
Saka and the other one. What's his name?
Who are your fullbacks? You got Bellerin, Maitland-Niles. Is it Maitland-Niles? Maitland-Niles and Saka and
Kolasinac.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, Kolasinac. He couldn't even cross the ball. Imagine being like that first half Europa League final. He couldn't cross. He was getting in the right position. He just couldn't cross the
ball. Hey man.
And he's a natural left back as well. That's disgraceful behaviour.
Actually, he doesn't look like a left back. Not that left back took a set away, but usually they look like.
No, I know what you mean. It's just he should be a centre back. I don't know. I think you got a lot of players playing.
Yeah, I thought he was. I thought he was centre back. You used to play as a fullback, just because like it was build. He doesn't look like he naturally fits a fullback position. Potentially Saka. I didn't even consider Saka, to be honest.
See, the thing is, you didn't consider it, and I know for a fact Southgate's not even thinking about him. And he's not going to play for England, and that's going to be a shame. But this is what happens. I mean, look at what happened with Zaha as well. Like Zaha probably maybe wouldn't start, but all the players we have up front. But I'd have him in the squad.
Yeah.
No,
I'd agree with that. I will stick with Chigwell for that.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'm all over
I need to see more of Chigwell, to be honest. Like Chigwell's a position which, like left back, is a position which I'm not like 100% on. But I don't think we have a lot of options, and he seems to play well at Leicester.
He'll do a decent job. But Chelsea want him. Chelsea want him.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes Chelsea want to play just because they're English, as opposed to them being really good. And we also just desperately need a left back. I'm sure he is good. I probably just need to see more of him. But yeah, I'm happy enough with that back line. The only challenge I have is to the goalkeeper. I think really, and it's not because I don't think it isn't good. It's just because the style of play that Sheffield United play and the style of play that England will play can be completely different. It's just whether or not he will adjust to that. But we'll see.
So we agree. Henderson goal. Right back Trent.
The only thing we disagree
RCB. No, I don't. It it's the more sensible option. I'm just saying, I want to see Wan-Bissaka tried at tried in the centre
Okay,
back.
centre back. Yeah, fair.
But I'd agree, Gomez right centre back, left centre back, Maguire.
Yeah,
Back.
I'm writing this on a whiteboard.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do as well. I'll do like a
Or
little
scripts.
graphic as well. I'll try to do a little
Sure, go for
graphic.
it. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll add it to the edit. I'll try. I'll see. If not, I'll let
Cool.
you do it. Yeah, we'll see who does it better. I don't know.
Cool.
Then
Midfield.
CDM. What formation are we playing? 4-3-3. 4-3-3.
4-3-3. I think 4-3-3 definitely.
So who are you gonna? So you're gonna have a Cam, CDM, CDM, and then two attackers, or two CDMs and one attacker. What are you thinking?
For me, it's a holding midfielder and then two midfielders that would probably get forward a bit more or carry the ball a bit more.
Would that be enough?
For me,
or would you alter it depending on who we're playing, or would you just do that all for me?
Because of the midfielders that I'd want to choose, I think you just keep it the same pretty much. Apart from, I think two of them for me are definite. The other one is like a bit more up for debate.
To be honest with you, I think one's definite, and the other two are could be, but I'm not sure if they're going to be good enough. And I don't. This is one area of the pitch that worries me.
I think on this one, I think we've probably got completely different ones. For me, my holding.
I think first of all, I know which you're going to say, but I'm not sure if it's good enough. But the two that could be playing alongside the holding, which I know we agree the holding player, could be because of how they're playing and how they're being the pundits or whatnot. They could be either really good or they could flop because they're both good. I could be wrong as well. I'm assuming that they took about these two players and they're not. You're not talking about them, but like both of them also have this side to them where they don't behave properly. So, well, I don't know. I'll let you say first. Yeah.
Okay. So shall I go through all three of mine and then you go through all three of yours? Or should we just do one position at a time?
We'll do one position at a time. I'll control myself. I'll calm down. I'm getting ahead of myself.
My holding is Big Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's played that position a lot for Liverpool. I know Fabinho's playing it more like this season, but Hendo has just been crucial for Liverpool as long as even when Brendan Rodgers was in the team, him playing that deeper line position, it's been so important for them. He's shown tactical discipline. He's not like a Messi or not Messi, like a Xavi or something where he'll never lose the ball, but he works hard for the team. He's a captain of Liverpool. I think England need leaders as well. I think for him for definite in the midfield.
He should be the captain of England, in my opinion. He should be the captain of England, in my opinion.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I think he'd definitely be a better captain than Kane. Not that I think Kane's a bad captain. I just think Hendo would be a better one.
I think Kane is one of the. He's a leader. He's one of the leaders, but he's not the main leader. Because I remember when Sterling and Gomez were fighting.
Yeah.
And I think Henderson was on the phone to both of them, like that sort of thing. I heard.
Probably, yeah. Hendo's that kind of guy. You could see he's definitely a leader in the team, which is it's just mad considering he's always got so much stick. But I think Liverpool fans probably appreciate him. I hope they do anyway.
No, I'm sure they do.
I think for him, he's definitely a star.
He scared Diego Costa once.
Yeah, true. Yeah. There's not a lot of players who would do that and actually handle themselves.
Yeah, so I agree. I've got nothing else to say on that one. I agree 100%.
Sound.
Yeah.
So my other definite in an ideal scenario would be Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Okay. Okay. That's not what I thought you were going to say. But, definitely for him. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I think because he's been not playing because he's had that injury that he didn't obviously play in the Euros. We haven't seen a lot of him, but when Chamberlain's playing, I feel like he offers Liverpool just a different dynamic in midfield. He's got really good energy. Which I think for me is key, to have runners in midfield to match teams when they might be a bit better technically than us. Is so important. He can score a goal. He can find an assist. Not that it matters because obviously chemistry isn't necessarily a big thing, but he plays with Henderson at Liverpool as well.
That makes sense.
He's been in England set up for a long time. For me, I feel it makes sense for him to play. And then the other one, too fair, could be
one thing I'll say about that as well. What you want is you want as many of the players who are playing for the same team that are doing well as possible in a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
I agree with
understand.
that.
Yeah,
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 yeah, and that'd be like 3 Liverpool players just off the
yeah.
top from there. And the other one,
Four,
to be
because Gomez,
fair,
isn't it?
it could
Four,
be anyone.
four, isn't it?
Um,
Gomez, Trent,
oh,
Anderson,
oh
and
yeah, four.
Yeah,
Jesus, yeah, I didn't even
that's
think
good.
of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, Liverpool got loads. Um, I think for now it'd been like Madison at Leicester.
Yeah.
Um, just because I feel like he's probably had the best season out of all of those fringe midfield players. Like I was thinking potentially even like a Mason Mount
Mm.
or potentially like a
I
Harry Winks
can't be.
or
I don't want Mount. Sorry, man. He can be in the squad, but I don't want him.
nah, yeah, no, I agree with that. I don't think he should be starting. I think like I think his
If
position at Chelsea needs to be
I
established
already wasn't
before he
sure
gets
about him
established
before
in
that. I
England.
wasn't sure about him before that Czech Republic game, and then
Mhm.
the way he played in that game, that
Yeah,
confirmed it for me, man. If he misses the squad as well, I wouldn't mind that either. To be sure. So
I wouldn't complain. I think he's really young. I think he still
yeah,
needs to develop into the midfielder that he's going to end up being. I don't quite know what position he's best in right now. So I think it'd be hard to put him as a starter in England. But
yeah.
yeah, England, we've got good midfielders, but I don't know if there's any like definite standouts that I'd want to put in that position in the midfield three. That
Mm.
because I'm definitely not putting like Ali in there or like Jay Lings in there or yeah, I'm not sure who have you got as your other two
No,
midfielders to support
I was
Henderson?
gonna say. I was gonna say. The two playing forward. Before you said Chamberlain, I didn't even think about him. And then when you said him, I was like,
Mhm.
oh yeah. I was thinking Madison and Greenish.
Yeah, I was just thinking Jack Grealish actually. For me, yeah, it's just
Greenish needs
does
to
he
play
have
a couple of
enough?
England games first. He needs to, and we need to
Yeah, I
see
was
how he
gonna say
plays.
like, does he even have enough caps? Not like having caps should be important, but
Yeah, no, it is
like, do
international
you have the
games.
experience at that level? Like, um, but yeah, no, I'd agree with those two. But I think if Chamberlain were fit, I'd definitely go with Chamberlain.
No, you're right because he's played at that level. He's played at international tournaments before. Which is important.
Mm-hmm.
When he
Played
plays for
Champions League
Liverpool,
finals.
he plays well. His
Mm-hmm.
only problem is injuries. He's just
That's it. Yeah.
yeah. It's a shame because he
Mm-hmm.
would have been at the World Cup as well. Instead of, I probably would
I
have played
think
him.
he would have changed our team a lot more because I don't think we would have played Ali in the position we played Ali, and I think we would have had a natural midfielder
I think
who
what he
plays a
wanted to
bit
do,
deeper in that
he wanted
position.
to that maybe that formation was with Chamberlain in mind, maybe. But then
I
obviously,
think it
because
was.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah, it's a shame.
Southgate likes Chamberlain a lot. So yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
Guys, who I'd play, and then yeah, the other one, yeah, with Madison and Grealish. It depends on who it is. It could be like this is the thing. Like, in a year's time, it could be another English player who pops up and is like a really good midfielder, or Madison can end up making a move
the
to
thing is
like
that
a
you
bigger
say that,
club and
but
end up being
we kind of know the players were hovering around. Like
Mhm.
I don't think anyone's just gonna come out of nowhere. And then I'll say that they've been look at Rashford. Didn't know who Rashford
Yeah,
was.
you never know.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I see what you mean. I think it's likely that it will be like someone like Madison, but you
I
never
think
know. It could
Madison.
be someone like yeah.
I think Madison. I think the
Um,
fact that he's playing for Leicester and they're about to qualify for the Champions League will help as well. And
yeah,
he's
yeah, and
overall better at the moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's looked really good this season, to be honest.
Apparently, he's like the assist wise, he's up there with goals, like something like that. I saw a stat. I'm like, okay, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Green,
and he seems like the kind of player who would play well in a Southgate system.
yeah, Liverpool want him as well, so I mean that's gonna boost him. But then
Yeah, I think
Man United want Greenish, so I mean, yeah.
yeah, I think he'd benefit. And I think they both benefit most teams, to be honest.
Yeah,
But I
PSG want
think
Madison as well. Apparently, yeah.
really,
Heard the
okay,
rumor. Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, my midfield three: Chamberlain, Hendo, and Madison, and yours is the same apart from
I'd
just
agree. Yeah, I'd agree now.
you did
Actually,
go there. Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. I completely forgot about Chamberlain before you said that, but when you said that, I was like, yeah, agree.
So then, front three.
I
Do you
think
want to
okay,
go first, listen?
okay, I'll go
Or do you
first.
want to go from like right to left? You can go from like, as in like, I guess it's going to be like three up front, but like one play on the right side, one on the left, and one down the middle.
So should I say all three, or should I say one? Then you say one. Then
Go. Yeah, you go one, and I'll go one, and then. To be fair, I
so
think we both are going Harry Kane, so you can probably just get that one out of the way, or unless you don't.
no, I agree. People are
Okay, cool.
talking nonsense about I start up with. I don't know if people get angry at him. You notice people get kind of angry at Harry Kane. Like I don't know if you've seen it because
Yeah,
about him stealing goals
yeah.
and But when
Yeah,
the tournament starts, they're gonna be
100%.
cheering for him. So I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
People
Now I
just
feel like
like
the only player who I pick who get in over Harry Kane potentially be like Jamie Vardy or something, but I
yeah,
think Harry Kane's at a level above
yeah,
Jamie Vardy. Not,
and
I think Jamie Vardy's really good, but Harry Kane just offers a bit more of a complete
Jamie
package.
Vardy needs to calm down a little bit as well. I get that he's having a good season and he's a good striker, but you're not starting ahead of Harry Kane, and that's why he retired, because he wasn't starting a lot of games.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that. Is he even eligible to be picked or is he not?
At the moment,
Is he
he's not,
retired?
because he's retired, because he
Ah,
hasn't
right.
not started enough games. Look at who is playing ahead of you, and look at the
Yeah.
age, and look at everything. You can't
Mhm.
see that, and you're not willing to be part of the squad. Maybe you shouldn't be in the team. Maybe it's a good
Yeah,
thing.
true.
Yeah, like you
Yeah,
don't.
that probably is.
We have enough strikers as it is, in my opinion. I think this is one area that I'm not worried about for England. Like, we have strikers, we have goals. So,
Hmm.
why do you want? Obviously, if the Euros were this year, I wouldn't be saying that. But it's
Hmm.
next year, so I'm not worried about that department. So, he wants to stay retired. He's free to do that. I mean,
Cool.
he has an amazing season once every 4 years. I mean, so I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Harry Kane.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll go first and then on this one. So for me on the right hand side, well, I think we probably both agree on like this player, depending on left or right, doesn't matter. But Sterling,
Yep, I agree.
I'm gonna put him on the right just because I feel like he can play on the left or the right.
I agree.
Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think Sterling's probably arguably our best talent just in general in the whole team.
He's our best overall player at the
Um,
moment. Yeah,
yeah, so I think he's definitely got to play, even though there's a lot of competition for those positions. I think he's definitely got to play.
of course.
Um,
Yeah.
it just depends. Ideally, he can have a good tournament, but yeah, I think 100%. I think you couldn't not play him.
Mm.
So then who do you play? So you got Kane and Sterling. Who else do you play?
Hmm?
You got Kane, Sterling. Who's the other player?
It's debatable. This is the one I'm constantly going back and forth with, man. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. One side of me saying Rashford, because he's the more experienced one. He seems like he has the more, at international level, he has the better head.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of form, you say that though. But I mean, since they come back from the Bundesliga, have you seen much of Sancho?
Nah, just seen he's not had a trim in a while. But
That's all I've seen. Is I
yeah.
mean, yeah. I mean, I can't talk about
And
trimming.
to be fair, I think like Rashford is in decent form, even though he started the season in not great form. He was finishing it in decent form for United as well.
This is the thing.
Even though that's Sanchez been in good form.
It's which Rashford is gonna come. You know what? I'd start Rashford, because you see when Kane wasn't playing in that semi-final, the Nations
Mm-hmm.
League, he took the penalties.
Yeah.
You want the stronger-minded person. You want, like,
Mm-hmm.
if it was a semi-final game in the Euros, and Rashford or Sancho, Rashford all the way, because
Mm-hmm.
he will score. Remember that penalty against PSG? He's got,
Yeah.
he's like Kane. He's got that mad head where he doesn't get phased.
Yeah.
And he's another
No.
one he's been getting sent for a lot online, and a lot of people will crumble under that sort of thing. He gets
Yeah.
stronger.
No, but he came back. Yeah, because he was getting a lot of stick because he was obviously the only striker that United had and he wasn't scoring. But then
And,
yeah, he's come back and
I'm,
he's
I'm,
scored loads of goals.
I'm not bantering your team, but the way he's scored like back-to-back bangers
Yeah,
at
I
Stamford
know.
Bridge,
I know. You don't need to tell me. I know he's got big goals against us.
that bangers as well. Like
Yeah.
that takes some mental strength to pull that off.
Yeah.
It's not a fluke sort of thing. He does it again and again and again. Now, I know it sounds like I'm bantering. I'm not. But,
No, I agree. Yeah, it's the reason why I'm 50-50 between the two as well. Before I thought about this obviously before the call, but I was saying Sancho just because of what the stats. To be fair, like the
mm,
stats that Sancho has been able to produce in terms of goals and assists look anyway a bit better than Rashford's, and also I think Sancho maybe is more of a natural like player for that position, even though I think that's also Rashford's best position. I think yeah, again it's really tight. It's close between the two. Um, I just feel like yeah, a combination of Kane, Sancho, and Sterling has got a bit more
stronger.
flexibility
Mm.
and yeah, it's probably just a bit more like dynamic and
Do you remember that game against
potentially
Kosovo?
better. But
That Kosovo game, 5-3. And they were like 5-0 up at
I
half
think I was
time,
looking
5-1.
at it. Yeah, Yeah. Did
Yeah,
Sancho play that? Yeah.
yeah, he scored 2 goals in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, to be fair, it's the reason why I'm leaning more towards him. I think it depends on. It just depends on form. I think in that
Depends
one, I
on
think there are
form.
some players here where it's just like this. It's a bit too tight to say, but it just depends on form. It probably depends on the game a little bit as well. Like you said, I'd rely on Rashford more in a big game type scenario just because I've seen him do it a lot more times than Sancho. But if it was just like if everyone was playing at a decent level of form, I might just pick Sancho by default because I feel like he might be an overall better player.
Mm-hmm. I agree. But yeah, I think big. If it's a semi-quarter final, Rashford. Like if we're just starting the group stages right now, I'd say Sancho. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the team.
I think that's a really good
starting.
team.
That's the starting 11. Let
That's
me.
the thing, like you're saying about like, oh, if we get like Italy, like Portugal,
But Italy, no,
Germany,
not
whatever.
Italy. No, I'm saying Germany, Portugal, France. That worries me. Which is most likely going to happen.
France, obviously, because I think France probably on paper got the best team potentially just in the world football right now. Germany, I swear, like are in a little bit of transition. I can't remember.
You see, we
Who
say
like
that, but
even starts for them
look at
now,
their
but
goalkeepers and look at the like. If you go for the German team, they still got Royce. He's not as good as he used to be. They got Werner, Gnabry. Their midfield is not as good as it used to be. That's one area where they've got weak. But then they got Gundogan. They got
still got Kroos.
Cruz. They got Kimmich. They got a couple of players who play for Bayern, like Nicholas Shaw, centre back. They got that goes. I can't say his name. Begins GRO. They centre mid. They got players. I mean,
Yeah,
they got the guy.
to be fair, yeah. I hadn't thought of that properly. I think they still do have some depth.
Like this is what worries me. I can imagine England playing them in the last 16 and the pundits being like, "Oh, England have got a better team." It will be like 2010 all over again, where we thought Lampard and Gerrard were better than Ozil and they were like, "Oh, English will win this comfortably." We got thrashed in the first half, absolutely destroyed in the first half. I never forget that through like long passes from Manuel Neuer all the way through the team, and it goes straight to closer.
Yeah,
absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's Chigwell?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's Chigwell, left back? His name's Chigwell. Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't think that's right, man. Chigwell.
Well, what do you think it is? Chilwell.
I think
It's Chilwell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, it's Chilwell. I don't know why I said Chigwell. I think Chigwell is the place near me.
It is. That's why I mean. That's what I was like. If this video gets any like notoriety of any sort, we're gonna get sent for. I mean, yeah.
Nah, it won't happen anyway.
Yeah, it won't happen. Say that. You never know.
Nah.
You know when you say Chamberlain, where would you say Chamberlain? Like, would you say? I don't know if you can see. Let me just. Would you say? Right. Where would you say? Chamberlain. Are you saying
I can't see it. I can't really see it. I've got my board.
Let me.
Is it the wrong way around? Can you see it?
Is that what you're saying? No, it's right way. Is that what you're saying? Chamberlain and Maddison play. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Would you think Chamberlain could? Do you think Chamberlain could do a defensive task if needed there? Because we will play teams where we need to do that. It can't be.
It depends what you mean. Because I feel like I'd probably play Chamberlain at the same time as Trent, and if Trent went forward, it depends. Because Hendo is like the deepest line. I think that is a risk of playing Chamberlain. I think you just need to be tactically disciplined. Would you
play thing there? Stones. Would you try him there?
No. Only because I don't really know how good Stones is. It's just a footballer. So not even sounds like I'm being bad. But
he's a good passer. That's why Pep put Pep by him. That's the only reason I'm keeping him, because otherwise he would have sold him.
Is Stones a good passer for a defender, or is Stones just a good passer? Period. Like, you know what I mean?
That's true.
if you were to compare him to like a midfielder, he might not be as good a passer, but to an average centre back, he might be really good. Yeah, I
Sometimes
don't know
English.
about Stones.
He's English and he can pass
Stones
the
has got
ball. So yeah, I'll
Stones
take
has
that
got to
into account.
resurrect his career this season.
No,
He had
he's too busy going parties and
probably, to be honest.
you see that video of him and Raheem Sterling's party in a Jamaican
Nah,
accent. Go watch it.
nah,
I can't
nah.
remember send it to you. Where is it?
No,
Yeah.
you got to send that.
Cool. Should we try tackle the squad? So we got 12 more players.
Yeah, can do. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I haven't thought
two.
about this one really properly though, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Just don't have Delph and Keane in your squad. Otherwise, we're gonna have a debate, man.
actually, yeah, that's fun.
So two goalkeepers.
Well, for me, like first choice is either Henderson or Nick Pope, and then second choice, I think I would still take your man Pickford, just because, like you said earlier, like genuinely like penalties, and also just yeah, I think he's been at big tournaments,
Mhm.
which I think counts for something as well. I'd rather
Mhm.
have an experienced keeper than two inexperienced keepers,
Uh,
even if I felt one of the experienced one was better than the other one.
Yeah.
So I go for the guy who makes mistakes sometimes, Pickford.
And Pope. Do you remember Roy Keane calling him a sack of potatoes?
Roy, was it that game against? I can't remember what game it was. Yeah, that one against United. I think
Yeah.
absolutely rinsed him. Absolutely rinsed him. Like, how can you rinse another professional like that? It's mad. On TV, on live TV.
Was he wrong there?
No, it's straight facts, but like, it's still bare read. Like.
Really? I think Souness couldn't even hold it in. He couldn't believe it. He just dying something.
Straight facts. Like.
Was it Gary Neville that was dying? I can't remember one of the two.
I think Gary Neville was always dying because of Roy Keane. And it's the guy who like he's not it's like the actual professional, like who mediates it and asks the questions. He knows what he's doing when he asks for a key.
Yeah.
He's gonna like give some.
So he's already smiling for the answers given.
He's already like laughing before like he answers it. Yeah, so I think Pickford. Do you agree with Pickford?
Pickford and Pope. Because
for me,
we will take two goalkeepers as well as backup. Pickford and Pope.
Yeah.
And what I like is in case Henderson gets injured, we can just put Pope there. They're a similar sort of ability.
Yeah.
Neither one I'm excited about being in goal, but you know they'll do a job. They won't make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to do it. They're not David James or Rob Green. Now I'd rather that. I'd rather people who don't play for like Rob Green and David James playing for UEFA Cup teams, and you're getting a bit. You're thinking, oh, they might be alright, but then they're not making mistakes. At least these guys that play for lower league teams, lower table teams, and they would, you know what you're going to get from them. They'll just do the basics, which is what you need. You shouldn't really be relying on a goalkeeper to win international tournament anyway. So
shouldn't be, but you do need it. This is the thing. You shouldn't be relying on one to win a tournament, but you need one to not lose it.
And that's where Pickford will come in. Yeah, that works out for us, I guess. Yeah. I don't know how it's gonna. So obviously that's 13. Then you'd have. You take a team of 23. You have 10 more. 10 more
for
spots
now.
left.
Let's just pick another player for each position that you've already got.
I think you could actually I could work. We could do 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, 2 strikers. Or if you want to mix up, you can mix up.
I was just thinking, potentially just another player for each position we've already got.
Or cool.
If we want to like do like an extra midfielder for a striker, so depending on who the player is. So I think for right back, I think makes sense. Just like Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, Bissaka. Yeah, we could talk about players that we were. Yeah, can't spell Wan-Bissaka.
I just put AWB.
I already started. I can't stop now.
Wow.
So I'd say Wan-Bissaka. I'd also say Saka as well. I don't know if you want to debate with me.
Fullback, left back.
Yeah.
No, because before
Saka
this, I couldn't think of another left back apart from Danny Rose.
Ashley Young, Inter Milan, international experience.
I just wouldn't play him just because like I don't even know if he has like the hunger ready to be playing for him. I don't know. I'd have to speak to him, to be honest. I'd rather play Saka just because he's younger. Okay. Ashley Young's been around for like years and years now.
And I think Saka's just playing better in general. I think Saka's he's one of the best assists in Europe. Like people, like if I'm sure the stats maybe but they're one of the best. I mean, he's 18 as well. You take people like that, you keep them, you look after them. You don't let them play for another country. It backfires. You want those sort of players. That's whether Southgate will take him or not. But I'll take Saka. Yeah.
So
Who else would you say?
it's a weird one. Centre backs are again that position I think we're light in. We don't have a lot of depth in.
Smalling?
You say Smalling? I was thinking because you mentioned it the other day. Yeah, I'd take Smalling actually.
I'll take him.
I think
will Southgate take him then?
I don't think he's been in any. He's not been in any of the recent squads, has he?
Unfortunately, I know the answer, and his reasoning for not taking him is nonsense.
What? Because he's not playing in Premier League.
He doesn't play out the back, that sort of thing.
Yes, yeah, that was. To be fair, I probably would have started him if he had probably better experience at playing it out from the back.
But then Henderson doesn't do that at his club, and he's going to play and goal.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the reservation again for me for like having him. But yeah, it's a weird one because I'm looking at the team that played against Kosovo, and that had a centre back partnership with Tyra and Mings.
Him.
And then in the game before that, it was John Stones and Harry Maguire. And then in the game before that, it was Michael Keane and Harry Maguire. So basically, it's Harry Maguire and someone else.
I don't want Harry Keane in that squad. I don't want him in that squad. I want him in that team.
Yeah, no, I agree.
No, you're not even getting his name right. That's how that's the.
That's sending. Yeah, no, agreed. I don't want him in the team. Whenever I've seen that, Tyrone Mings, I think plays for it's Aston Villa. I think. I think he seems all right.
Would you have Tomori instead? Is he ready?
I was one thing I was gonna say is I think if there was a centre back who had a really good season this season, I think they'd walk into the England team because I don't think there's a lot of depth. If Tomori ended up starting for us a lot next season, I would put him in, but I don't see him starting a lot for Chelsea next season. So I think he wouldn't get in, and I think it would be a Gomez, Maguire, Smalling plus John Stones, maybe. It's mad because City don't have any good centre backs, but even still, John Stones doesn't get into a team. So it's hard for him. He needs to leave.
Should we throw some names on? So we got Stones. We got. I'm just gonna say any name. Even I don't want this guy in the team. Keane, Michael Keane.
Yeah, Tyrone Mings. Joe Gomez.
Kyle Walker. Gomez is even though let's just throw a bunch of names
making him into.
Yeah. Because he already played centre back for England in the World Cup as well.
Yeah.
Eric Dyer.
Eric Dyer, yeah. This is the thing though, like saying all these names, none of them are like.
None of them are getting excited, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mings, Tomori. Anyone else we're missing?
I think that's it. I just had a look through the last 3 teams, and we haven't had any other players apart from this.
So who are you choosing with Smalling as like backup? Of all those names I just mentioned. Stones, Eric Dyer, or Mings?
I'm tempted to say Eric Dyer just because he's versatile enough to play in midfield as well.
I don't know what he hasn't really done anything wrong in my opinion. I just think he's not as good as he was before.
Yeah, I think he's dropped off in form.
But he's better compared to a lot of the other choices. And there's something.
Yeah, too fair. Yeah, I think I'd definitely take Dyer just because the midfield as well.
And he's a bit like he's not to the level of Pickford, but he has that thing in him where he can do a madness. That he will just that free kick against Russia in the Euros like 4 years ago.
Yeah,
that he has that in him. Like you want players like that, and he scored the winning penalty as well. So I'll take. Exactly. He has to be in the squad. Just whether or not he'll get in.
Yeah, no, I'd leave out. I'd actually have him over Stones and Smalling, to be honest, because they were the other 2 that I was thinking of. Yeah, I'd definitely take Dyer. Thinking about it again now, actually.
What I've done, like we might mix this around later on. What I've done, the 4 defenders might be more, might be less. Might take one out. But Saka, Smalling, and Dyer.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I just think Smalling, because of how he's playing at Roma, he's doing really well. He's like one of the best defenders in Serie A. And he's playing for an international. He's playing for a club that's abroad. Yeah, that's one thing that helps as well when you have like players playing for like foreign countries. I mean, in foreign countries, it benefits.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. He's playing in the most defensive league in Europe, one of the best defensive leagues in the world, and he's doing well there. I mean, what does that tell you?
Yeah, I think Small is just unfortunate where he played the United team that
was terrible.
Defensively was also like, it wasn't just
Phil
him.
Jones,
There was just
Phil
there
Jones.
was,
Phil Jones gets into the team.
Oh, absolutely not. Are you serious?
No, he starts at Maguire. Starts at Maguire.
Who? Phil Jones?
Yeah.
Cool.
He was supposed to be the next Duncan Edwards, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, like, he had a lot of potential. He used to play really well for United, I think, at some point back when Fergie was there.
The power of Alex Ferguson, man. I don't know whether that guy threatened his dog or something. Whatever.
I don't know. One of my mates who's a United fan said, like, it's just he never really got to develop in that centre back position properly. Like, Ferguson used to play him there, but would also play him in like midfield or right back and whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
And then when he got a bit older, utility player, expected. Yeah, it happens to a lot of players, like even like Rooney to an extent.
Yeah, Rooney as well.
When he was expected to play that centre back position, he hadn't just developed enough in that position to play it to the level that you need to at United, and kind of suffered a bit because of that.
That tells you about Alex Ferguson, that he's all about winning at any cost, even if that means like stunting a great player's growth or whatever.
Yeah.
This is the thing as well. He left knowing what team he left behind. He knew it. Like, he rinsed that team out, man, because he knew, like, literally next season Van Persie, different person. It was literally that same team, and they finished. What did they finish? Out of the Champions League spot, didn't they?
I think it was like 6th, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he knew what he was doing. He knew it, man.
Yeah, they always know what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay. I'm joking. So Dyer, Smalling, Saka, Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
Okay, midfield. Grealish. Just take him.
Yeah.
I'll say who I'm not taking. Fabian Delph.
Fair.
Shouldn't have even been in the World Cup squad either. I don't. And he was picked over someone else that really annoyed me. I don't know who the player was, but he made it and someone else didn't make it, and that really irritated me.
It was weird though, but Delph was like was he playing for City at the time?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was a back. Him and Young were the left backs for the World Cup.
Oh really?
Yeah. Him, Young, and Rose.
Wow.
Yeah. Another person who I don't want in the team is Declan Rice.
Agreed. I feel like Declan Rice is like quite hyped. I don't want to say like mad hyped, but he's quite hyped.
Because he's 21 and he can defend in the midfield. That's nonsense. Yeah,
I feel like I've seen loads of Declan Rice's like sort of floating around the England team, and for whatever reason it never really works out at that level. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Midfield's a difficult one, I think. Did you say Roy Keane Flint sent for him?
Yeah, and that was one of the times I was like, yeah, deserves it, man, fully.
Fair. Yeah, no, midfield's a tough one.
Harry Winks. Winks.
Yeah, I think Harry Winks will get into the teams because I think he's a bit different to the other midfielders we got.
He can pass well.
Yeah.
Pass with the ball.
And turnover possession, and yeah, it's different to the other ones.
Well, Wink, I haven't put him in the squad for sure. He's a name that I wrote down in midfield.
Agreed, because I think he needs to be definitely playing for Spurs week in, week out, and I don't think that's 100% guaranteed.
Barkley's another name. I haven't put him in the squad. I just wrote his name down. You said no?
No.
You're a Chelsea fan. I can see the disgust in your face as you're saying no.
To be fair, it's not a definitely no, but I wouldn't. If we want to win games, I wouldn't bring him.
To be fair, though, I mean, he did play in that game. He almost got a hat-trick against Bulgaria, didn't he? I'm not even saying it to like banter. He was playing well in that game.
Yeah.
I'm not bantering. I'm not.
I know you're not bantering. That's why it's banter. Now Barkley is all right, but he's no more than all right. he's not. Yeah, he never. If he played against any big team, he's not going to make the difference, and he'd only make the difference at the wrong end.
So it's going on goal.
Yeah,
They
basically.
do that a lot. They do that a
Not
lot.
because he's bad, but just because he's not good enough to make the difference in those big games.
So you say no to Barkley. Well, that I'll see. I'm not saying no, definitely not. So okay, definitely no to Delph. Definitely
Yeah.
no to Rice. My opinion.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I don't want to see those guys ever play Finland ever again, unless they
Yeah.
get better. I mean, Delph never again. Declan Rice is 21. He has time to get better. We'll see.
Let me just look at
Overhyped is Heredale.
previous teams. So
Barkley, you're saying no. We'll come back to him. Ali.
Ali is a funny one. It's like when you said potentially 4 midfielders and 2 strikers, Ali can sort of play like Ali is a weird position because he doesn't really have a position, even
Number
though
10,
he
isn't
plays
he?
week in, week out. Yeah, he's the closest position you'd say is number 10, but then we like a 4-3-3 doesn't have a number 10.
No, unless you play Henderson alongside someone else, Winks, and then you put Ali there. But is Ali worth
yeah,
it?
but no,
He's not
he's
worth
not worth it.
No. 4 years ago, maybe, but not now.
Jailings.
No, I knew you were going to say that. I've been written down just because he's a midfielder. No way, in absolute goodness.
It's mad. I used to think England had loads of depth in midfield, but you actually like.
No, that's one place that worries me. This is what I mean as well. Look, for example, we're saying Chamberlain and Madison. If one of those two guys get injured, then what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's screwed.
Chamberlain can get injured very likely.
Anytime. Like it's actually mad. And it's a kind of like in terms of replacement for Henderson, there's like Dyer, but apart from that, there's like no one. And then like Chamberlain, there's no real replacement. And Madison and Grealish can kind of like a similar type of players, so that's fine. But there's not a lot of depth though.
If Chamberlain gets injured, I think it'll be Barkley. I know you don't like him. That's why, you know what, I think I'm not happy about these choices, but I'm going to say I'm going to add Barkley and Winks to the squad.
I'd say definitely Winks. I'd probably put Barkley there as well, just because he's not bad. He's just, yeah, he's not bad. I'd agree with Barkley.
Yeah, Ward-Prowse for Southampton.
Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
I've not seen enough.
Good free hit taker.
Apart from
he's one of the best.
Dead balls.
Yeah.
Dead ball. Yeah, but apart from that, I haven't seen enough of him.
Is there anyone else we're missing in that midfielders? I can't think of anyone else.
I don't think so, unless someone's been injured for a while and I haven't thought about them. But
Jack Wilshere.
No. Apart from like I mentioned Mason Mount earlier, I wouldn't take him.
Oh, him, yeah. Let's put him in as well. Yeah, let's put him as midfielder. Yeah, take him.
I'd rather have Barkley of him. Actually, no, I'd rather have Mount. Actually,
get to both of them, honestly. Because of what do you think? Like Winks?
I'm just thinking I might want to have more options up front. That's the only thing I was thinking.
Let's see, because I might take Mount out later on. Because obviously, if I put Winks and Mount in, then we have four spots for strikers.
Mm.
Yeah.
Depends on the strikers.
What strikers are you saying then?
I don't know. I was thinking of Vardy, but then I forgot Vardy is not in the England setup anymore. So who are other options for centre forward?
We got Rashford was the first one. He's definitely going to be in. He's not starting.
He's definitely going to be in, but I wouldn't even think of him playing through the middle. I think of him.
Wilson, Callum Wilson.
Okay, I do rate him. I just at this level, I don't know if I've seen enough of him. But I would take him because I do rate him.
Yeah,
I take Tammy over Wilson. Even though I think Wilson's probably a better player, I just think Tammy's got more overall that might be of use.
That's probably what Thing will do as well. Hudson-Odoi is definitely going. No debate. I know you're gonna say you're sending for him, weren't you? Yeah. Oh wait.
Otherwise, if he's not in jail, he'll come.
It's alright. It's just a little thing.
Yeah.
Right. My 4 is Rashford, Wilson, Abraham, and Hudson-Odoi.
Your 4. Oh, your 4.
Strikers.
Wait, say that again.
4 strikers. Or attacking players. Rashford, Wilson, Abraham, Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
This is quite easy, you know.
that's not
I
good
don't know
though, man.
what I don't know
That's
what
not a good thing.
Southgate's like. No, I think it is a good. Well, no, so I know what you mean, because it means you don't have as many options if it's like that easy.
Um, here's the issue, and here's the problem. Delph and Rice are going to get into the team, or one of the others going to get into the team. And then who, if that was happening, who would you take out of that squad?
I mean, is Delph going to get in playing at left back?
No,
So if it's the left back, you can't get in at centre mid. Who's Delph play for these days? I even know.
Everton.
Is it Aston Villa or
Everton.
Everton? Oh, fucking hell. Sorry.
That's right.
Nah, Everton are shocking. Not shocking, but like
I'm looking at
them.
I'm looking at one of these squads. Why is Tom Heaton a fourth goalkeeper? Is it? Why?
Nah,
Tom Heaton.
I could see Rice getting in over potentially Mount or Barkley, and I wouldn't be upset with that.
No, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But no, Southgate wouldn't do that. Southgate would take Mount and Rice because of that little weird thing they have. Yeah.
But
they're like best boy. They're like best mates.
Yeah, they're at Chelsea together, weren't they?
Like Chelsea together, best mates. It's not a weird thing. It's just best mates. It's just for no reason.
But
they both get on my nerves though. Both get on my nerves. They're not as good. They're not good enough. They should be better.
Agreed. I agreed. For Delph, I can't see Delph getting in there at all.
I can. I don't want him to be in there, but I can see that. Okay, you know what? Most likely it'll be Rice for sure.
Yeah, I can see Rice getting in there, just because there's not a lot of depth, and if he's trusted them before, I can see him trusting them again.
As long as Greenish is in the team. Okay, look, for me, if we have these four midfielders, then I'd like. So here, which players? Okay, let's see. Which players would you be upset didn't make the team out of the ones that we picked? Like ones that potentially could be that are fringe that didn't make the squad. If they missed it, would you be unhappy about?
I'm just trying to think of how many of these are fringe for the squad. To be honest, there'd be some that'd be upset didn't start, but in terms of, I'd be probably a little bit upset if Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, Hudson-Odoi.
I think Hudson-Odoi, Tammy.
Tammy's going to be in there. Yeah,
I think Tammy is going to be in. I don't think there's too many options at.
Greenish is another person, but he'll be in.
I'd imagine, unless Grealish like flops or gets injured, I'd imagine he'll be in.
One person who probably is not going to be in, and I'm going to be upset, is Saka.
I think because he wasn't on my radar at all before I chatted to you. Same thing for Smalling.
Yeah, Smalling's not about, but should be in. Why does Southgate not like Arsenal players?
Arsenal.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I don't know. He just wasn't even on my radar. So
no, but Southgate,
he should obviously be on. Yeah, exactly. He's England manager. It's his job.
You've never heard about him going to an Arsenal game to watch Saka or like watching him. He should be. 18 years old playing like that. Any English players at Arsenal that you'd see like Reece Nelson or I'm laughing because I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing because I know they wouldn't get in. Like Reece Nelson.
He's only been playing like the last season or so.
He played for Hoffenheim in the Champions League though.
I haven't seen enough of Reece Nelson.
England need to look after their youngsters, man, because like these, like Nigeria, Jamaica, they're looking around because they're obviously like a lot of they're not happy about like Sterling, Sterling playing for England instead of Jamaica, even though it makes sense. But they, I believe what's his name as well. Who was it that got stick for playing for thing instead of Nigeria? With Dele Alli, which again he grew up in England. That doesn't make sense, but he got a bit of stick for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's Hudson-Odoi, probably Abraham. So they need to be careful. They need to look after these players to make sure they're playing. Obviously, I understand it's form and whatnot, but obviously, you'd hope these players will be ambitious enough to be like, look, like I want to play for the better country.
Yeah, no, good.
Like Zaha, what's his name? Victor Moses,
Mhm.
Awobi. These
Right.
are not these are not like massive players who would have changed the game or whatever, but it would have been nice to have them as an option.
Yeah,
Awobi.
no, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because some of those players definitely would have made a difference to this team.
I mean, Awobi for me instead of Mount. You know what I mean? He could be in that squad. I mean, I'm saying Mount, but it's not the same time. This is the thing, though. You know, yeah. I mean, Awobi can play cam. I'd rather him than Mount as a cam. So,
Potentially,
yeah.
I think we'll see a lot more from Mason Mount this season, or potentially.
Mm.
Like, if we don't see a lot more from him, then yeah, I agree with you.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I think it's a really good team.
1 second. Let me just I want to put it on mute and stop the video.
Cool. Yeah. 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 Yep. Yep. I haven't yet. I've been on the phone.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, in a bit.
You have to wrap up.
Say again.
Up.
Hmm?
You have to finish up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the clock is, but it's like 8:20.
Yeah. Yeah, we're done. I mean, to be fair, actually, that's it. I mean, it's the England team.
Cool.
Yeah. How far do you think we'll get in the Euros? If we get it, like,
I think we'll get to the point until we face a big team. So that could be the last 16. It could be the final. But as soon as we get against someone like Germany
this is what annoys me about the Euros. Like,
or
I don't know
France,
I don't know how the brackets work. So after the last 16, I don't know how they mix up and how it works and whatever. And that's why I can't predict. If it was the World Cup, I'd know how to predict. Like the World Cup, I could see or last 16 or quarterfinals. This one, I don't know how to predict because after the last 16, I don't know what happens next.
Yeah. So yeah, it's hard to say. But yeah, I just think we're always going to get beat by the biggest team.
Which
Whether that be
teams
France
are better than England in this tournament?
France,
France,
Germany,
yeah. Spain.
probably Portugal, and
You know what it is? Ronaldo makes the massive difference for Portugal. Portugal have a good squad already. They're a very underrated squad. But Ronaldo makes a huge
yeah,
difference.
I almost think like mentally. That's why I said Portugal, but I was thinking Spain. We might even be able to beat Spain because I don't know if they're.
Yeah, we could beat Spain. Yeah.
It's like these days, even though they've got massive quality, I don't know if there is like mentally it's like tough for
the
someone.
midfield is good. The defense and the whole team, apart from their attack, is really good.
I think they're beatable, basically.
Yeah, their attack is average. Their problem with Spain is even before, like when their team was stacked, they couldn't score goals. But now I struggle even more because they got like Rodrigo for Valencia and Alsa. These are like not like world beaters strikers. They have Morata, you know, like he flopped at Chelsea. He's alright, Atletico.
He's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, France, Germany, Portugal. These are the three teams that we can face in the last 16. That's what I think. If we get any of them, we're screwed. Who else would you say? Can't
Probably
think of
Italy. Probably just any big team, to be honest, mate. Any big team.
the East team, man. I think we
Like
could
yeah,
beat.
I
We could
think
beat Italy.
I think we can. I think we could beat any team. I just don't think we will.
I think we could beat. Like if you said England versus France, Germany, Portugal,
I'd say definitely
I have
not.
no faith.
I'd say
Any
like
any
Spain and Italy potentially, but I still wouldn't bet.
Belgium. Fuck, go about them. Belgium.
Oh yeah, they're bangers.
Yeah, they twice already at the World Cup. They'll do it again. Belgium and Holland.
Mhm.
Then those are the teams I'd worry
Mhm.
about. Every other team, I think we have a chance. Those 5 teams.
Yeah,
Holland as well. They're one of the favourites. People don't realise. Like their goalkeeper, they have the best defence out of every other team. De Ligt and Van Dijk.
yeah,
Then they have the young in midfield from Barcelona. They got yeah. They got what's his name?
Mm.
His name Leon Dempsey. Depay.
Depay.
Oh yeah.
Do you mean Memphis Depay?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think so. Where do you England based on that? What semi-final finish, quarterfinals? Being realistic.
It just depends on when we play one of those teams. Like if we do like what we did in the World Cup and avoid those teams until we get to the semis, we can get to the semis. But if we get one of them in the last 16, it'll be last 16.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it would just depend on what stage.
And what a shame that would be because the majority of the tournaments in Wembley.
Yeah, but I
All
mean,
of
we
it.
might not
All
even
it.
be able to go anyway.
I think things will be right by then. If not, then if things are not right by then, then just give up on life. Honestly.
Do you want to bet? I don't think they'll have fans in the stadium for it.
Do you think all these major like sporting events are gonna like not have fans for like a long time? You think? I would have thought by then. Actually, when you said it, makes sense. Actually,
I tell you what, I think they might do, but there'll be social distancing, so they'll
yeah,
restrict the numbers.
yeah.
They'll just
See,
have it like a third empty or something, and have someone like you
yeah,
can't sit within 2 meters of someone else unless you're from the same household or something.
makes sense.
Um,
Yeah, sporting events are going to be affected like for a very long
mhm,
time with this.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know how they'll do it, but I think they'll have to do some sort of social distancing at sporting events. They'll figure it out this season in the Premier League, I reckon, because I
yeah,
reckon they won't keep it behind closed doors forever.
yeah. They'll start letting people in.
But it will be, yeah, but it just won't be like Chelsea won't have 40,000; they'll have 10,000 maybe or something.
It's gonna be weird. That's why I think the neutral venues thing is they're gonna play. The neutral venues are basically gonna be like smaller venues, so it doesn't
Mhm.
look bad on TV. Yeah.
Yeah, that as well. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, so that's a shame. I was actually, like, I think Euros is one thing I was actually looking forward to. I was thinking to go to a game, go to an England game at Wembley, and that was
If
going to
you
be
can get a ticket, yeah.
that was going to be the thing which I think was going to spur England on, not to win the whole thing, because
What?
I have a friend
Oh,
who
the
said it.
fans going.
Yeah,
Mm.
being at Wembley, I have a friend who
Yeah.
said that he bet on England going winning the Euro. I told him to get that money back. It's not going to happen.
Right.
It's not going to happen. Yeah, that was. I think that would have been one thing I would have pushed them on to kind of have a good tournament, like the World Cup.
Mhm.
Like I always had this
Yeah, no,
vision of
potentially.
like, you know how in the 90s England had the World Cup 90 and Euro 96 as those good tournaments. I thought
Mhm.
World Cup and this Euro would have been that for England this decade. This, you know what I mean, this
Yeah.
period. Every 20 years it happens for
Yeah.
England, this sort of thing. That's what I thought it would have been. But depends
Yeah.
on who to get last 16.
Exactly. Yeah.
Either last 16 or I think either last 16 or final. That's what I predict. But last 16 if they get one of these 3 teams last 16. If they don't, then I say final because it's in Wembley.
Fair.
Lose the final.
Fair. Bro.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that this time.
Yeah, hey, if we get to the final, you know I'll be in this country. Got a little glimpse of that.
Yeah, be mad.
Yeah, especially after the lockdown, then us getting to the final of the tournament. You know how crazy that would be.
That'd be mad.
People lose their minds. Yeah. All right, cool.
Uh,
So we're gonna wrap up now. Yeah.
yeah, cool.
That was alright.
Yeah, I
That
got
was
to lock
alright.
off.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah.
That
Still
was calm.
recording
It's
as well.
decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought my camera might die as well, but it's been fun.
Yeah. I think apart from the internet issues we were having at the beginning,
Mhm.
we ended up well. All right, cool. So that was it, man. Video done.
Cool.
Cool. I will
That's
see.
safe.
I don't know how I'm gonna send it to you or if you got it as well. I don't know. But I'll watch it back and see what
I
they're saying.
might do. I'm not sure. Yeah, let me know. Yeah, just send it to me. I'll check, but just send it to me anyway.
Cool. So,
Of course, in a bit.
so.
So.